we just quickly talk about your time on Celebrity Rehab and Sober House?
Yeah.
How was that experience for you? What made you initially kind of sign up?
Well, I was amazed at how screwed up my life got. Really, I was just like, wow. It was like, an overnight disaster. I was this like kid who just loved making music, and we were on tour, and it was what I always wanted to do. And then you can't ever predict or guess that you're gonna have a song that's that massive. Yeah. And all of a sudden, we went from, we were bad kids, but I mean, all of a sudden I had the really deep pockets, and I had a lot of money, and obviously as a songwriter, I think like I'm a really emotional creature, and then you start wondering, like, a lot of my close friends passed away or disappeared, and all of a sudden I had this crowd of people around me that were like,
they know
fake.
You've got money.
Yeah, it was all of a sudden everything was just like, I was like, I don't know if I like this, and then I went through a breakup with my wife, who I had my first baby with, and I kind of had like a midlife crisis and was like mad at the world. Yeah. I had me and God got in an argument. And
did he win?
Of course he won.
Yeah.
At the end I was like, why'd I do this? I can't win. But it was a learning experience. And then what happened is Dr. Drew was a friend of mine. I'd done Loveline with him a few times, and he came to me and he was like, we're doing this thing that's never been done before. And I think you could help a lot of people, because kids look at you and it will, and it turned out to be really good for me, because I think a lot of the people on the show, like I was one of the youngest people who'd done it, and a lot of people weren't really there to fix their careers as much as fix their life. Me, of course I wanted to fix my life and I wanted to do better, but I also was like, I'm still like young enough to be putting out these records, and it's really hindering on my success and my happiness and what I want to be doing. And so I went in there more like, I want to get myself together so I can continue doing what I love doing. And I've been able to do just that. But it was also cool because Butterfly got so big, it almost got too big. I was like, stop. It went from being something cool and unique to something that was almost like, oh, I don't want to hear that song again. and you can't stop it. You're like, no, it's big enough, stop. And it kept getting bigger and bigger. And what happened is it made me seem, everyone just thought that was me, And so when I finally did the show, what I found out it did is it made me human. And it made people go, oh, all right. Because they just saw this guy, glossy, thing in a video. And so it was the first time that people were like, oh, all right, like this is who this person is. And it got people to like,
humanize.
Yeah. And so I think for my career, it really helped me, because now I see people and they're like, I want you to do great. And I watch you on that. And and I related to it. And so it made people, attached to who I am,
So obviously it helped. I mean, you relapsed a couple of times in the show. I remember seeing one episode where you were up on the roof and you were
they loved me on that show. Because I was down, I was down to like do it, but it was kind of like, where's Waldo? It was it's not that easy, I was like, they came and got me and they're like, we want to film you trying to get sober. I was like, I want to get sober. How are we going to do it? So, I mean, when you go in there for 21 days, I mean, you can't cure something like that overnight. I've had moments of clarity, but the last time, I flipped my car off the side of the freeway, and it flipped like, when I landed, I was like, it flipped like 100 times. It just kept flipping, and I was in there, and I was going, if I live through this, I promise I'll stay sober. I was like, this is too far, and my car just kept flipping and flipping and flipping, and it was just, the only thing left was the driver's seat. It was almost like I had a God bubble around me.
Oh my Lord.
And
that conversation with you and God obviously worked.
It was kind of like, and me and God had this moment. Yeah, I think he likes me.
He's
he
you're
just wants me to see things differently.
He's going, man, that Butterfly song rocks. You gotta live long.
Yeah, you gotta get sober and put out some more of them. I got a couple more things I want to do with you, but and I had just had this moment where I was like, I have 3 little boys, and I'm all about being a good dad. Like, I'm a good person. I just have issues, and once you get involved in like running from your feelings or whatever it is, it's really hard to break that, because if you want to escape, that's what you go to. But now I'm incredibly happy, and I'm doing great, and I think I had to go through what I had to go